First important aspect is, wherever you are, whatever the profession, you should have your honest, ethical working at your workplace. That is the first important aspect of satisfaction in life. Did you get my point? Because 8-10 hours of the day you are spending there at your workplace, in your work, in whichever profession you are. There, if you are honest, if you are ethical, then only you will enjoy your existence upon this earth. Otherwise you will not. Everybody has to work hard because this is a competitive world. There is a proverb in the African jungles that applies to the corporate world as well. And the proverb goes that in the African jungles, when the sun rises in the morning, the slowest deer has to run faster than the fastest lion to see the evening. And the slowest lion has to run minimum faster than the slowest deer to see the evening. So at the end of this saying they say, so whether you are the lion or the deer, when the sun rises, you have to run. Everybody has to run. But that running should be ethical. That running should be honest. And when you are honest and ethical at your workplace, you will enjoy your work. You will enjoy your working relations with people. You will enjoy the fruits of it. You will enjoy the end results of the project, which is not just work related, it is also relationship related, it is also joy related. It is not that I have read a couple of books, I am standing in front of you. As I was introduced, I come from one of the largest organizations in the world. We are among the top 10 NGOs of the world. The BAPS Swami Speech, which is a permanent seat in the United Nations as an NGO. Our representative sits every Wednesday in the United Nations. And we are spread in more than 100 countries. यहाँ दादर में आपने एक मंदिर देखा होगा. Just suppose it's the railway station. Such 1300 campuses we have all over the world. पीछे हमारा बहुत बड़ा योगी सभागृह है. 3000 capacity, 3 layered. Such 1300 campuses all over the world, plus more than 70 institutes, hospitals, hostels, schools and colleges. You go on number 8 National Highway, you start from Abu till Mumbai, every 25 to 40 kilometers you will find our institute. The whole BAPS Swami Sanstha that you see today, to this size, to this magnanimity, was brought to that level by Pramukh Swami Maharaj. How many of you have been to Akshardham at Delhi? Just raise your hands. Or Gandhinagar, all of you. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was the creator of that Akshardham. He created such 1300 campuses all over the world and successfully administered it. If you have 5 factories located in different locations, at least in 5 different states, and you are supposed to manage it, what would happen? He was a one-man organization. He traveled to more than 18,000 villages in 60 countries of the world to uplift humanity in all walks of life. People used to write letters to him for their personal, social, family issues. And such, he read and answered more than 7.5 lakh letters in his lifetime. At an unbelievable average of reading and answering 70 letters a day without a Sunday for 45 years. कल सुबह आप ऑफिस में पधारो, आपका मेल बॉक्स आप चेक करो, और if you find that there are 15 mails to be answered before lunch time, क्या होगा आपका? हाँ, बैंड बन जाएगा. He answered 70 letters a day without a Sunday for 45 years. He personally visited more than 3.5 lakh shops, offices, factories, businesses and homes. He initiated more than 1,300 saints like us. Of them, more than 750 of them are graduates, postgraduates, chartered accountants, doctors and engineers. Of that, more than about 150 of them are born American and British citizens. Of them, more than 50 of them, they have studied, they have graduated, postgraduated at Stanford, at Harvard, at Oxford, at Carnegie Mellon, at Yale, and such institutes. So he was able to attract young, dynamic, cultured minds into mainstream social service and mainstream spirituality. He met more than 2 million people personally, heard them, their issues, and not just blessed, but guided them well. Imagine the immense hard work that he put in. He was once asked, which thought remains with you 24/7? And he said, the thought that has never entered my mind. Shall I tell it first? And that was more interesting. And then he said, the thought of hurting anybody physically, mentally or emotionally has never entered my mind. वे बोले थे, किसी का भी अहित हो ऐसा विचार मुझे जीवन में कभी नहीं आया. That is called honest, ethical, hard work at your workplace. He lived what he quite occasionally used to say out of his heart. In the joy of others lies our own. In the progress of others rests our own. तो ये भावना से अगर आप काम करेंगे, if you work with these values in life, जो Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the top management books ever written upon this planet, उसमें सिखाते हैं विन विन. आई ऑल्सो विन, यू ऑल्सो विन. हम साथ में काम करें, धंधा करें तो आई विन, यू ऑल्सो विन. आई अर्न, यू ऑल्सो अर्न. आई बी हैप्पी, यू ऑल्सो बी हैप्पी. सिंपल. दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एथिकल वैल्यू एट वर्क प्लेस. किसी का भी अहित हो ऐसा विचार मुझे जीवन में कभी नहीं आया. ये विचार अगर सब ग्रहण कर ले तो फॉरगेट ऑफिस पॉलिटिक्स, फॉरगेट लेग पुलिंग, forget violent competition with competitors. Not just physical violence, mental and emotional violence also counts with your competitors. All stops and you celebrate your existence. वो अपनी, he earns, he enjoys his destiny, his work. I enjoy my destiny, my work. Simple. He lives his life, I live my life. Then you celebrate your existence. Why he? Why this to him? His work, his destiny. Nature's grace on him. Your work, your destiny. Nature's grace on you. Simple. These are very simple thoughts that can give us a celebration of our existence. But basically we don't like to imbibe such thoughts fruitfully and fully. Not just in our minds, but practically in our lives, and that is why we don't celebrate our existence. Thoughts are very simple. Behaviors are very simple. Just about a few years back, the top executives of Google, they met at a resort in Sweden. About 300 of them. And the basic idea of meeting was they wanted to prepare a mission statement for Google, so that with that mission statement inscribed in the hearts and minds of people, that at least Google employees, they wanted to make Google the top brand among all the brands the world over. And they wanted to make Google a brand among the top 5 till the sun and moon lasts upon this earth. 3 days, 12 hours of brainstorming sessions by 300 top executives. And finally, they decided upon a mission statement that today it is on the desktop of every Google employee. It is even on the mirrors of the lavatories of Google buildings. And that statement is, don't do any evil on the floor of Google. Don't do any evil on the floor of Google. Fine if you don't come up with a couple of good ideas. If you just maintain your workstation, if you just handle your table, we are happy. You are paid for that. If you don't come up with a couple of good ideas, it's okay. But मेहरबानी करके कोई गलत काम Google के floor पे मत करना. Don't do any evil on the floor of Google. See, people know what is ethics. Because if you play with ethics, if you play with disciplines and norms in life, you could become zero from hero within seconds. Yes or no? Even if the name of your company is Satyam and you go for Asatya practices. Advocates know better. Even if you are the king of the skies, you have to leave India without an Indian passport. Even if you are the Sahara of thousands of families, you can still lie Be-Sahara in Tihar for 4 years. Don't go for unethical practices. If you go for unethical practices, whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are not above the law. And now not about GST. So even at your workplace, if you want to enjoy your existence, obey GST and you will be graced by GST. I tell you how. If you obey GST, that is goods and services tax, you will be graced by GST. I have made a new formula for it. Graced by GST means God saves tension. If you go for GST properly at your workplace, you will celebrate your existence because you will be graced by GST. God saves tension if you go for goods and services tax well.